I was like, happy birthday, Cody. His eyes lit up. He was waiting for it. He was fishing for it.
Was he looking for presents? He said he didn't want a birthday party.
No, he doesn't want a party, but he still just wants stuff. So we gave him some money. We got him a upgrade on his phone today.
Yeah. And you old softy, paid for him to get a new stereo in his truck. So.
No, you paid for the stereo. Well, we did, is with his birthday money. Then I paid because he wanted to install it. I was like, no, you're going to install it and you're going to screw it up, and then you'll be having issues with your battery draining. Because that's the biggest thing. Biggest issue with batteries is after-market installation of audio equipment, and I wasn't going to have that happen. So I just go ahead and pay for him to have it installed professionally, and it looks better and it's done right. And if there's issues, you can bring it back.
Yeah. So that was smart.
Instead of him installing it, and then he goes, his issues, he comes to me, hey, I got an issue, and I have to go out there and deal with it. So I'd rather just pay the whatever just to get it installed.
Yeah. So a lot's been happening.
Yeah.
Lately.
Look, we haven't talked about it really that much, but what could be happening in the near future with us?
I don't know what could be happening.
Moving across the damn country?
Yeah. That's just as surprised as you are.
Well,
yeah, so, we don't know when we're gonna move,
but we kind of know where.
That's the beauty of the situation. We kind of know where. We have a roundabout. We know it's gonna be upstate New York. We just around Buffalo. We just don't know where we're gonna land around that area.
Do you remember how cold it was at the last parade? Remember, it was kind of chilly, and we're like, dang, it's cold.
Yeah, it was kind of uncomfortable.
This thing, it was like 50.
That's going to be like our summertime.
That's going to be like, yeah, that's the spring weather. That's beautiful spring. That's when the plants up there start growing and blossoming, and, we're freezing.
Yeah, I was looking at houses up there just to see what was out there. And they have all these rec rooms inside, like rooms that you can play pool in, or just random like family rooms, rumpus rooms.
Rumpus time.
Rumpus time.
Quoting one of my favorite movies, Step Brothers. Rumpus time is over.
Yeah. So I guess they have those so they can be inside.
When you're snowed in, I guess you play pool or something. I
don't know. But I've just this is something I suffer with, is burning out at work.
Yes.
I'm a candle lit at both ends type of person.
You go hard or go home, right?
Right. And too hard most of the time, because I just never know when to stop.
Yeah. So
and then I start getting real crabby.
Yeah, you check it out on me.
I start getting real negative. And this time was probably the worst time.
Yeah, I noticed, because you call me every time because you have a good commute. So we talk on the way home.
Yeah.
From work. When you're on your way home from work, I don't work. So I noticed, though, lately, before you took leave, you're on leave now, that you were very quiet on the phone. You just called me to hear dead silence.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I was pulling stuff out of you. Like,
it got so bad that my leadership had to talk to me at work. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, she got pulled into the office.
They were like, "What is wrong with you?"
They were basically saying you're being a bee without saying you're being a bee.
Yeah, they were like, what's going on? You need to talk to us. And I was like, I'm just tired. And they're like, what does that mean? What are you talking about? Just want everyone to leave me alone.
But yeah. I'm glad you took leave.
I don't know why I let it get so bad.
Right.
I should just do some leave, I think once a quarter or whatever, but I just don't. I just figure I'll just recharge this weekend, or, I have a 72 coming up. I'll just, and it's not enough.
It's not. I mean, it's good when you're on leave in the military, because while you're kicked back doing nothing, people are actually going to work. Mm-hmm. So he's like, they're going to work and I'm not. It makes you just feel
what a good time to take leave too over Mardi Gras, because I never would have been able to participate yesterday in our little towns.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Happy Mardi Gras day. So I didn't really plan on taking leave for Mardi Gras. It was more for our son's birthday, but it just was a happy coincidence.
It worked out, and you got to march in the Endymion parade.
Yeah.
Now there's some drama.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about it?
No.
I want to talk about it.
Okay, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about it because it's awesome. And if correct me, because I'm secondhand information.
Heath loves all the drama.
I
When
live
I
for
come
it.
home,
Drama is my favorite sin.
he loves gossip.
Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna leave names out of it. No school names, nothing like that. But your oldest was marching. He's in the band marching in the Endymion Parade, which is a huge parade in New Orleans during Mardi Gras. That's one of the big ones.
Mhm.
That's one of the ones that people seek to see.
Yeah.
So you're thinking all the violence in New Orleans right now. I'm worried. I didn't go because me and the youngest hang out the house. We had a dude's day.
Well, someone actually died that day, a 15-year-old girl from Houston.
Right. Yeah. Not around anybody, not around Jamie or
No,
my
she
oldest
got
at school.
shot though.
Yeah, she did get shot.
Mhm.
But I want to talk about the drama with that hit home close to us.
Mhm.
So that it was a perfect parade. Like they shortened it to 4 miles, which is a
Yeah.
lot better than 8 miles, I think it was
It
before.
used to be 8 miles.
Which is perfect. It went through the parade, no drama, no issues with the school when they were marching. Everything went good. Got back to the bus because they take a bus over there. I think they did 2 or 3 buses, right?
3 buses.
3 buses. So you had the band, you had chaperones. They all piled up in the bus. So on the way back, on the way. Excuse
Well,
me.
actually, this time, usually we have to walk like 2 miles to the bus, but the
Right.
buses were literally right there when we got done.
Oh, perfect.
It was amazing. Like perfect.
You couldn't ask for a better parade, a better circumstances,
I mean,
no inconvenience
no inconvenience at all.
until the end. So you have all these parents from the school, they volunteered as chaperone. So there was one chaperone that I guess he's an asshole. I don't know. So
We could say
basically,
that he is.
yeah, he's an asshole. So I guess he's like yelling at the kids. So the chaperones are supposed to walk with the kids and keep like the audience from like getting too close to them while they're marching. They're kind of like make a wall for them, basically, right?
Yeah, and you don't want like random people cutting through the
Right.
kids
Cutting
while
through
they're
the kids
marching.
while they're, wait till they pass and then you can get
Mhm.
cut through, but don't cut through in the middle of a section of that parade.
Yeah, of the
like,
of the children.
of
Yeah.
the children. So, and these are all high school kids. You're talking about the oldest might be 18. The youngest is probably 13, 14, right?
Yeah, whatever freshman age
Freshman,
is.
yeah. So everything went good. But this one chaperone was like cussing at the kids or yelling at you, get in line, blah, 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 just yelling it for no reason.
Mm.
And excuse me. And so they get back to the bus and they're putting their stuff away, I guess, putting all the instruments away in one of the buses or whatever. And I guess the grown ass man had an altercation with one of the kids,
One of the
students, which is about 16 years old. And I guess the kid, I don't know the whole story. I mean, it's a lot of he said, she said BS, but I guess the kid was yelling at the parent for being such a jerk. I guess the kid was cussing at him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy basically beat his ass, threw him against the bus or whatever.
Pinned him up against the trailer,
and then
him down on the ground.
Pushed him on the ground and basically said, you don't know what I got. Basically, hey, fucker.
On a side piece or something.
I got a side piece. I'm packing, dog.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness. So the kid calls his parents.
No, well, yeah, he calls his parents, but then he calls the police.
And the kid calls the police.
But the police were like, well, it's Mardi Gras, so.
Yeah, this is your school stuff. Nothing in New Orleans. Nobody from New Orleans had anything to do with this. We're busy. Deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Y'all are stuck.
You guys are stuck. So the police ain't
They're
coming.
not coming.
So I guess they have this school resource officer that works at the school. A police officer that works at the school basically said, oh, it's not my jurisdiction. I mean, you work at the damn school. It's an issue with your school. I don't know how you completely remove yourself from the situation.
The student and the dad are still walking around and yelling at each other. And some of the parents, of course, had to step in and kind of keep everybody separated and calm.
Yeah.
But they were still like back.
The situation was still escalated.
It was still escalated. And everybody was just standing there like,
And I guess the resource officer for the school was there the whole time, but he didn't want to get involved. So he goes, I don't even know what happened. I just caught the middle of it. And they were like, nah, dude, you were there the whole damn time. So 3 hours go by, no cops come. Like the cops said, we're not coming. It's an issue with y'all. Y'all deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, Mardi Gras is huge. Like they were all along the parade route. They were all dispatched. Every New Orleans PD was probably out patrolling the parade.
And like you said, a kid got shot.
And a 15-year-old girl got shot. So I'm sure they were dealing with that. And,
right.
Any other wild, crazy crowd.
But apparently, I guess the dude hid his side piece like in his vehicle or something, or did something, put it away.
I didn't see him pull it out or anything, but other people did. They saw him pull out his gun, and then he walked around the back of a vehicle and it was gone.
Here's my thing. I guess the dude was walking around talking to all the parents, like trying to plead his side of the case. Hey, am I screwed up? Did I do something wrong? Trying to plead his side of the case. Listen, dude. Look, man, I get it. Kids can piss you off. I get it. They can be smart asses and they have no right to be a lot of the times. But when you put your hands on a kid, especially not even your kid, somebody else's kid, they don't even know each other.
Like, your friend's kid.
Yeah. They just, some random kid, you put your hands on him and then kind of threaten him with a gun. Dude, you're wrong. No matter what that kid did.
Right.
You're wrong. And that's illegal.
I guess he already has anger issues because the kids had said, all year long, he's been kind of chaperoning their parades and stuff and been yelling at him, hollering at him, cussing at him, cussing at the crowd while they're walking.
He almost got in a fight at one parade with one of the New Orleans parades with one of the spectators.
Yeah. So
maybe there should be some more vetting, I guess.
How do you vet a parent? I mean, all you really want from a chaperone is that it's a parent that is concerned about their kids' safety, and that's why they come along.
Well, right? I know some like elementary schools, they have like a program called like Watchdog program where a parent comes and walks the schools with the resource officer. They do a background check on those guys.
Yeah. Maybe
a background check wouldn't hurt. If the dude has that many issues, I'm sure it'll come out in a background check.
I think I definitely don't feel comfortable with him chaperoning or being around our kids. It would be one thing if like a firefight were to break out during the parade and then he's there with, to save the day and like shoot back. That would be one thing. But
don't be threatening a 16-year-old kid that's mouthing off to you.
I mean, if you're carrying a weapon, I don't want to know about it. That's for you to know, or maybe like, hey, I got y'all type of thing. But that's not for you to let everybody else know or be showing it to the kids. Definitely
understand his concern by carrying a weapon while in New Orleans during Mardi Gras.
Right.
I mean, shit happens. I get it. But I tell you what, nobody should know about it. It should be one of those things. If you're going to carry one, pack it, put it away where nobody knows. And if you have to break it out, you got to break it out. It is what it is. But if everything's peaceful, nobody should ever know you have a weapon on you. Yeah. I
don't know. Because one of the other dads said, he's a construction worker. He was like, well, I always have a knife on me, but I didn't bring it today just because I was going to be around the kids. I didn't want to have it on me. So I was like, well, I mean, to each their own, I guess.
Right.
The way New Orleans is lately, it's understandable to bring a weapon with you.
Right. People get shot just driving down the highway over there.
Yeah, but I was talking to some of the moms about the people that have been shot on the roadways and stuff. And they're targeted. They're not random people that are being shot. They're like involved in some way, somehow. So even like the lady that was shot that had her baby in the back, she was letting her boyfriend use her car. So the people thought it was her boyfriend.
Right.
So there is some way, somehow, some involvement with either drugs or gangs or whatever, then that's who's getting shot. It's not like you and your family are going to come through I-10 and be targets.
You're not picked out in the crowd.
Right.
It's bullshit, but there is some.
I mean, there are some random ones, I guess, but something happens that they're targeted.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cause all you hear on the news is, this poor lady got killed. She had nothing to do with it. Blah, blah, blah.
Mistaken identity.
Yeah.
which it was mistaken identity.
But she's involved with somebody
But
that
she let her boyfriend use her vehicle.
and she took her boyfriend's. She was driving her boyfriend's vehicle, I guess.
No, she was driving her vehicle. They
But
thought her boyfriend was
got
driving
it. She had let him use it in the past, and they associated that vehicle with her boyfriend.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, because that just, I'm like, God dang, 'cause I didn't want to go to that thing. I didn't want y'all to
Nobody
go.
wanted to go to New Orleans parades this year. I mean, they were pretty packed, but not like years past. And again, they shortened the parade route.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as lengthy. Usually like it's 8 miles of walking.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we were so happy at the end of it, because we were like, wow, that was just a really good distance, 4 miles, super good distance. It wasn't like, that extra 4 miles or, and moms were all happy. We were in the bus, and that's when everything broke out. We were watching it out the window at first. And then I hopped out because the kid was still trying to take his band uniform off. And he was so angry, he was tripping over his shoes. And I was like, let me go help this kid before he falls on his face, So I helped him, get his band pants off, because they have, shirts and shorts under there. And I helped him, like get his stuff off so he wouldn't fall. And then I just kind of helped keep everybody separated, which I thought was odd.
Why are you doing that? But because the resource officer was out of his jurisdiction. Yeah. He didn't know what was going on. He just showed up in the middle of it. I don't know. And I guess what pissed me off about that whole situation was that the resource officer was the one saying that we got to stay here.
No, he didn't say that.
Didn't?
The kid wanted.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
right.
So the kid said, I know, basically, he didn't say I know my rights, but he said something like that. Like, I know that was wrong, and we're not going anywhere until the police get here. And he said that man cannot push me down. He cannot pull a gun on me. I know that's wrong. And he didn't want to get on the bus because he didn't want to leave and then everybody scatter, and then we not have like eyewitnesses, and the gun would be wherever it was. I don't know, but he wanted the police to come find the gun, get statements from everybody,
Right.
in that real time. And I don't know, I respect, because he knew, like, he was the only one. Everybody was ready to go home, and so all the kids were like, come on, man, just get on the bus, and he stood firm. Like,
I get it. No, I understand where he's coming from, but then I don't understand is how he calls his parents. His parents say, don't get on that bus. His parents told him to.
Right.
But where was his parents at?
They didn't come.
They never came and got him.
Hours.
They're 3 hours. The parents never showed up. Other people were coming to pick up other parents, had friends in the area.
They had friends in New Orleans that were like, oh, we'll come get y'all.
Right.
And I mean, the Navy float was like the last float.
Yeah.
One of the last floats. I almost hopped on that float with me and Cody and like, somebody take us home, please.
Right.
Because what happened, we were like one of the first ones done to, now we stayed until the complete end of the parade. Yeah. That's when they finally made the decision to let us go, and the kid and the band director stayed there. But yeah, it was crazy.
And then his parents never showed up, which I think is bullshit.
No, I think they went at that point.
Oh,
like
okay.
After we all headed back home, I think they went.
They waited.
To get them
3 hours later.
Yeah.
Bullshit. And then y'all took the bus ride home, and the resource officer, he was there taking questioning when y'all got back, right?
No.
I
don't know where he
had some old lady trying to like, we need witness statements. So he had some old lady an old lady who's a chaperone, I guess, I'm assuming, wanted everybody to make witness statements, but that would be the resource officer's job.
Yeah, I just left. I was really tired.
Oh, it was like 1 a.m.
It was 1 a.m. Poor Cody, he wanted to go out to eat with his friends, and I was like, canceled. Yeah, no. I don't even know. I guess Waffle House is still open at that point, but they were like, everybody was exhausted.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to do another parade not the following day, but the next day after that. So everybody was like, we got to get to sleep if we're going to do this other one. Like, it was a mess.
Yeah, it just sounds like a hot mess.
It was a mess.
It sounded, I mean, I was about to come and get you. Caleb was asleep and because he passed out early. And then I was going to go get y'all. Then I was fine, just fed up. I said, I'm coming. You're like, well, we're leaving. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was nuts. Very, very nuts.
Yeah, I thought a lot of things went wrong that evening.
Nobody was taking control of the situation.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, if New Orleans police isn't going to come, why don't we just have our police department meet us back at the school, and let's go back and have them meet the buses there. They could take all the statements. They can do all of that. And they were like, no, because it didn't happen in Slidell. It happened, but in New Orleans. So
who said that?
I don't know, all the other parents and people.
I was assuming the resource officer said that maybe.
Or maybe he did.
And he's the one saying it's not his jurisdiction. He's the one making recommendations.
Maybe he was the one that did say that. Yeah. That's why we were waiting there forever. But I don't know. I still felt like I was just looking at it logically. Like, these were students and parents of the school. Yes, we were in New Orleans, but nothing involving New Orleans had anything to do with what happened. It would be the same as if we were on the bus in transit somewhere and it happened on the middle of the road. We would still have to report it to our
headquarters,
police,
which would be the
our
school.
Police. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know but nothing got accomplished those 3 hours anyway, while you're hanging out, scratching y'all's ass in New Orleans. I mean, nothing was happening.
Well, as the floats came out of the Superdome, they still had a few throws. So I got a couple of cool beads.
You got a few beads out of it.
I mean, all the kids were sitting on the hot bus. I mean, we were having to keep these kids, like, they were exhausted, but we were having to keep them kind of corralled and
herding cats.
What a headache.
Oh my goodness. I just thought there's so many things that went wrong in that situation. It could have been handled a lot better, especially if New Orleans PD said, look, you're on your own.
Yeah. We're not getting involved.
They're not getting involved. Let's go home and work this out.
We don't have the manning. They don't even have the manning to cover the dang parade.
No, they've been downsized so much lately.
To cover the entire New Orleans area. They definitely weren't going to get involved in
something that didn't really affect their city.
Non-life threatening event.
Yeah, they're dealing with people really getting shot.
Yeah.
They don't have time to deal with that.
Then I think at the parade before that one in Algiers, like 5 or 6 people got shot. So, like, they had their hands full.
Yeah, they were busy. They did. So that was the black eye on Mardi Gras season this year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that parade is jinxed.
Yeah.
Endymion Parade is jinxed. Not last year, but the last time we were in it before the pandemic, someone got run over.
Yeah.
So I just think it's just jinxed.
The devil has his clinches on the Endymion Parade.
On the Endymion Parade.
So let's talk about a few more things. It's on the brighter side. So we got some
What a transition.
Yeah, I want to let's get out. I like to talk about it, but I get a little pissed off when I talk about it, just the way it was
I didn't
handled.
want to talk about it. You brought it up.
Hell yeah, people want to hear that shit. It's entertaining.
I guess.
I think it's entertaining.
Such is my life.
Yeah. So we got some stuff coming up this Sunday. Who's coming over? We're doing a show with Wayne.
Wayne from FMO FM.
Florida Man on Florida Man. Can't wait to have our little Irish buddy on. Told him I'm gonna break out my Irish whiskey for him.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. And we had this a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago, I got on with Hermes from the Scuttlebutt podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun, dropping some truth bombs.
And you went on with the McGlynn brothers.
Well, I didn't go on with them. I like streaming with them and talking some shit to them while they're on. Yeah.
So you're the heckler in the
I am the heckler. Me, Hermes, and then Chance from the Strive, Seek, and Find podcast. He got on, and we're basically having our own side conversation, talking shit to each other while they were doing the podcast. And then we talk shit to them every once in a while, because it's hard for them to really, while they're podcasting, while they're doing the show. That's what last call is for. That's why they have last call. That's when they just bullshit with us after the show's over. But during the show, we were just hackling on them.
Oh my God.
That's fun. I mean, they take it well. They're good guys. I enjoy their show. The Tavern in Question. Great show. And so we did our last episode we took a little break.
Yeah, I needed it.
Yeah, Jamie needed it. I needed it, I guess, because I got eczema and I had a bad flare up, so I needed to heal up. But
there's always something like going on with us lately. Like,
yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
It's not old age because I'm young.
I'm not. But anyway, so Trish the Dish, the Rise from the Bullshit Part 2 is out.
From the Gen X Voice podcast.
Gen X Voice. She's from the Gen X Voice podcast. Great show with her. Always love having her come on. She's awesome.
She's been through some shit.
Yeah, she's been through some shit. I mean, I guess what we've been through is really small peanuts compared to what she's been through is really not, listen to her story. I mean, yeah, she's been through some real stuff. But yeah, we got so many things coming up. I'm super excited about March and April. Looking forward to the guests that we have. Always working on new guests. And like I said, any of our friends out there, Navy or non-Navy, civilian, I don't care, Army, Air Force, I don't care what branch you're in or civilians. Hey, hit us up.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to tell your story, let us know. We're super easy to get a hold to.
Yeah, I think we are. Unless you get a hold of me. I'm not super easy.
Well, that's why we both have access to our social media.
Well, yeah. So you just need to try to get on our dual E14 page, because if you get a hold of me directly,
well, yeah, because your job is social media.
Yeah.
So you're social media out.
That's so funny. It's like the preacher's kids are bad.
Yeah,
you ever heard that?
Right. Yeah.
The house cleaner has the dirtiest house.
Right.
On the weekends or whatever. Like, I just don't want to social media. I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't want to text. I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah, I get it though. I mean, if I had to talk to people for a living, I mean,
the phone, the ringer gives me like PTSD or something. I don't know. Burnout
your ringer
mode
gives me anxiety. I can't imagine what it does to you.
No.
Because I know it's just a bunch of bullshit on the other side of that.
It's not bullshit. I mean, it's really people that want to join.
I know. It's
all
legit.
Of that. I mean, like, it's great. But when you get to that burnout mode, it's like people can just be like, hey, how you doing? You're like, shut up. I don't want to talk to you. Like,
what do you mean how I'm doing? What the fuck does that mean?
Do I look like I need you to talk to me this morning? Like, I don't know. When I get to that burnout mode, I'm just so frustrated with any and everything.
But really though, babe, I watch people around you take leave.
Yeah, I watch them too while I'm at work.
But you're like, I'm gonna keep pushing forward because I'm hard. I'm over here climbing Fool's Mountain.
Yeah, I'm not that hard.
You're pretty strong. Hard. I mean, but nobody's that fucking hard where they don't need to take a little time off every now and then.
Yeah, it's a weakness. I'm working on it. I've been working on it for the last 2-3 years. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll get it right. I don't know.
Your mentor, me.
You're not my mentor.
Well, I tell you all the time, your husband, me, I tell you, take some leave. It doesn't hurt to take leave. You got enough of it. So you're going to take some leave take a few days.
I don't want to hear it because you retired and sold back your millions of days of leave.
That's 60, baby.
Yeah. So I don't want to hear it. You never took leave while you were active.
Yeah, that's true. It's a little different with me. I mean, I was, really, I got paid just to talk shit. So, I mean, yeah, everybody works hard, but I don't know. I think it's different. I'm not a recruiter.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like, I love going to work. I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I don't care whatever they had to throw at me. I loved it. Yeah, I get pissed in the moment.
Well, I like work too. I think part of it is the drive into New Orleans.
Yeah, that's
starting to wear on me. Like all these little things were starting to like eat at me.
Right. And then driving to New Orleans, it's not the same as like when I drove in South Texas.
No.
My average speed driving to work, it was at 55 miles, but my average speed was 75.
Yeah, mine's like 10 miles.
Yeah, yours like 10 miles an hour. Yeah. So it takes a lot longer.
And you got to be vigilant because you don't know who's going to shoot you or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Then the crazy drivers, you got to really keep your head on a swivel. It's a stressful drive.
Yeah. I mean, I can take the ferry, but it's still, whether you take the ferry or you go through the city, you're still going to take about an hour and a half.
It's like you need to talk to your shrink after you drive one way.
Yeah.
I need to talk.
Yeah.
Or I need some Prozac or something just after a trip to New Orleans, or especially where you work, because you work on the other side of New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't really work in New Orleans.
You
work in Belle Chase,
which is west of New Orleans.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Southern.
it's across.
Oh.
It's a good ways from New Orleans. It's not in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's on the West Bank.
West Bank. So I consider West Bank to be the West. I guess.
Oh, I
I
didn't think about that.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm not a geography major, but
Yeah.
thinking.
You ever think like after you like suffer like a burnout mode or you're just exhausted that you like lose brain cells? I think I've lost a lot of brain cells.
Probably. And dealing with stupid people makes me lose brain cells. Oh, don't forget, we were on the Stress, Depressed, and Anxious podcast.
That's right. We were on her podcast.
Yeah.
Summer's podcast.
That was a good time.
We got into some deep conversation.
Summer should be a damn shrink.
I know.
She had me spilling my guts.
And she didn't even ask us.
No,
she was like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And we're like, "What?" Let me tell you about my whole life.
Let me tell you about everything that bothers me in my whole life. And it was in depth.
I know. Like, I don't air dirty laundry too much.
Yeah.
I just don't, as a habit. I don't know, Southern woman. I just don't air my life story out too much. And that's why I didn't even want to talk about the
I did.
The New Orleans debacle. The Mardi Gras debacle. But anyway, I just don't tell anybody. And so for me to be so open and just like spill my guts, that was weird. When we got done, we were like, what just happened?
Yeah. And because Summer is anonymous, so she just has her avatar up there. I wonder if she's back there going, damn.
They're messed
they
up.
Are fucked up.
Honestly, I don't realize how difficult my life has been until I start telling somebody about it, and they're like the look on their face is like, what?
Honestly, babe, I mean, I'll be totally honest with you. I know your story, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
And I wonder sometimes how the hell you get up in the morning. Honestly, there's some things I'm like, how the fuck does she get up in the morning? I mean, if half of that stuff happened to me, I'd be like, nah, I'm just gonna roll over, go back to sleep. And you get up with like ready to roll, ready to take on the world.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. I mean, most of the time, except when you're getting burnt out. But when you're rested, you're ready to throw down with the world.
Yeah. And you would never know.
Never know. I'm like, holy shit. How the hell? Yeah. Yeah. You do. You I don't know, you bottle up well, or I don't know how you do it, but
scream into the pillow at night.
Scream into the pillow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Take it out on your poor husband.
Drink.
Yeah.
I deal with it in unhealthy ways.
Well, I mean, I think most of the world does. Mm-hmm. Not saying it's right, but
no. I mean, I probably should be in some sort of therapy or counseling.
Yeah. Well, you're a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. I'm a perfectionist.
No, you're not.
Not even a little bit.
You're a good enougher. Oh, that's good enough.
I do. There's certain things, like when I was working, I was a perfectionist about certain procedures. I know at work, it was hard for me to let go. Like when I need the guys to do it themselves. Mm-hmm. I'm like, don't do that. No, that was hard because there's certain things I am. I mean, most things I'm a good enougher. But there's
like the difference between you and me is when I make coffee, I measure out the coffee grounds exactly to how many cups I'm making.
Yeah.
You're like, that's good enough. And you put them in. You put it in.
I'll feel it. It's all about feel, baby. I feel it.
That's good enough. That's how you bake too. That's why
I don't bake.
Well, yeah.
That's why I don't bake.
That's why you don't bake.
My bake is very precision driven. Mm-hmm. I don't. No, it drive me crazy. I'll be like, why did that happen? And I was like, well, I didn't measure a damn thing when I put it in there. Maybe that's why it happened. Yeah. I don't bake. Well, I do. The little cookies, the pre-cut cookies you get at the store. I bake those.
Yeah, but you don't cut them exactly right either.
No, I don't. I wing it.
Yeah.
Just on a prayer, baby.
Yeah.
Pray it's going to be good enough.
Like Bon Jovi.
Yeah, I'm living on a prayer. Exactly. But it's part of my charm.
Yeah. That's why we're good together.
Yeah. Yeah. But when you bake, it's to the T.
Yes.
I mean, it's good. It works out. I mean, you made a king cake.
I didn't know. It gluten. No, not gluten free. What is
low
it?
Carb.
Keto.
keto. It's low carb king cake. And it tasted like some bitch probably had 100 carbs in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was real good. But mainly we're trying to figure out what Jamie's allergic to now.
I don't think I'm allergic to anything. I think it's a sinus infection. I don't know. I spend a lot of time on WebMD diagnosing myself.
Because the other day, like, I mean, I've been giving you a lot of Benadryl lately because it feels like, well, your throat's closing up sometimes after.
But then I was like, wait a minute. So at first we thought I'm allergic to daiquiris.
Yeah, not anything in there, just the daiquiris.
Daiquiris. Yeah. And then it happened when I ate jelly beans,
which you're eating right now,
which I'm eating now. And then it happened when I ate eggs this morning. So then I was like, well, that can't be right. So now I think it's just sinus infection.
So Google told you.
Yeah, no, but WebMD.
WebMD told you had it.
Basically, I'm a doctor now, as much as I'm on that website.
You're always diagnosing yourself.
What do they call it?
You're hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac.
I think she just got a little tickle in her throat. Oh, my throat's swelling up. I can't breathe. Give me a Benadryl. And then think about a Benadryl, though. You just don't take a Benadryl. Nobody just takes a Benadryl. That means you got to go to sleep.
Yeah, you have to.
So we'll have these plans. I'm like, oh, shit. Those plans are shot. Jamie's going to sleep.
I've been sleeping a lot lately.
Yeah.
Another way of dealing with stress, I guess.
Well, I mean, that could be because if you have a sinus infection.
Yeah. It says fatigue. I'm like, everything matches up. Fatigue, swelling in my eye.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you do. Maybe you have a sinus infection. We haven't had a show in like 2 weeks.
Oh, we're going to talk y'all to death.
I got people hit me up. Hey, you okay? Because
we're not okay. We went over that.
We're okay though.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're on death's door or anything.
I might be.
No, baby. You take Benadryl, you're fine. No, but people hit me up. Hey, you guys okay? Anything I can do?
Wow.
I'm like, wow.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Sorry we worried you.
Yeah, I didn't mean to worry you. We're just being really freaking lazy right now.
It's not lazy. Like I could literally sleep for 4 days in a row if I had the opportunity to do that. I could just spend all day in bed. Maybe let me Google it real quick, but
but I tell you what, the reason that I went on Hermie's show the other day, it's a funny story. I was driving to Central Louisiana. Mm-hmm. Remember, you could deal with stuff after my mom passed. I was dealing with some of her estate stuff. And I was in the middle of BFE, Louisiana, in the middle of it. I mean, I'm talking about nowhere. And I was listening to Hermes and Khaleesi's couple counseling, one of their latest ones. And they were talking about, I heard Khaleesi say something like, oh shit. I'm like, out of nowhere, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, well, squirrel, like, ADHD, but she had got an email. They're looking for E4, E5 IDCs.
Oh.
Then an email popped up, I guess, on her phone or whatever. And then they were talking about how they would have to give me $100,000 reenlistment bonus for me to go IDC because it's such a thankless job. And the thing about an IDC is like a doctor, right? A no shit doctor goes into the Navy, does their time. And when they get out in the civilian world, guess what? They're a doctor because they're still a doctor. IDC
is an independent duty corpsman for those that are listening.
Basically, for people that don't know, IDC, there's like sometimes on a ship, you don't have like a doctor, like a guy that went through medical school. You have an IDC instead on the smaller ships. So it holds a lot of weight in the Navy and it's a big responsibility, a lot of freaking paperwork, a lot of inspections, obviously, because you're dealing with medicine and people's health and all that. But when you get out, you'll have all that training, all that practical application, all that practical experience working on people. And when you get out, I guess you're a glorified freaking
front desk manager.
Yeah, front desk manager.